Oh boy, here we go again with yet another video on RFI, that nasty radio frequency interference that kind of just wipes out your receiver so you can't hear anything. Only this time not in my shack, but my good friend's place, Dwayne, W3DEP. I was on the phone with him yesterday. He said, KP, man, something is wiping out my receiver on 160 meters and all that frequency range down there. So he sent me a text video he did. Originally, the text video was meant for somebody else, his friend Dom. I'll show you that in a second. But anyway, he sent it to me also so I could take a look at it. I mean, dude, I'm telling you guys, it obliterates. I'm talking with a capital O, obliterates 160 meter. We're talking 20 dB at times of interference. I'm like, holy smokes. So anybody out there who's tried to track down RFI know it can be a hair pulling out experience. So I tell you the steps we talk to eliminate things. So take one chunk at a time, big chunks. So my reasoning is, okay, anybody's reasoning is it could be either coming from within the house, that phone call could be coming from within the house, or it could be external in the neighborhood somewhere. So, all right, that's the top two things. All right, so I said, tell you what, Dwayne, tell me what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery down, and my Samlux power inverter, my 2000 watt. It's very important here, especially when running expensive, sensitive computer equipment and radios. It's gotta be pure sine wave. Don't fall for any other kind of marketing names or shifting names or whatever. I've seen that before. If you're paying like $200 for a 2000 watt inverter, it's not pure sine wave. So you're gonna pay extra for the pure sine wave, but it's got to be that running this equipment, pure sine wave inverter. So I took down to his place. Okay. So what we did next was we unplugged his entire station. Now his station is pretty much identical to mine. The Apache Labs Non 7000 DLE. Its power supply, computer. Lights in the room, LED lights, and computer monitors. So pretty much the same station. Okay, so we unplugged everything that he always has powered on while he's talking, unplugged it and plugged it into the power inverter. So it's completely isolated. There's nothing in the station that was still plugged into the mains. All right, so we unplugged everything from the mains, plugged it into the power inverter. Next step, he shut the mains down to his entire house. So the only thing that was on was the station and the power inverter. Okay, so we turned on the receive, and that interference was gone. All right, that eliminated a gigantic chunk of the possibilities of what it could be. All right, so now he turned all the breakers off, turns the mains back on, and then I was in his radio room watching the screen. It was all quiet, and one by one he started clicking on all the breakers. I could hear him in the other room snapping the breaker shut, snapping shut. All of a sudden he hit one breaker, and the interference went through the roof. All right, there we go. Now we can whittle it down further. He determined that breaker ran stuff in his living room. All right, next step, once again, I stood by his computer screen watching that horrible 20 dB of interference. He started unplugging things one at a time until all of a sudden the interference went away. And they yelled, no, mate, Dwayne, you got it, buddy. The interference went away. In a second, I will show you what was causing that. It's insane. But first, let's get into the text video he sent me. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this. He wasn't planning on me posting up. He said it's okay to do. And this video was originally meant for somebody else, Dom. He sent it to first, but he also sent it to me. But let's get in. It's just like maybe like 30 seconds long, and I'll show you that interference he was getting. And then I'll show you what was causing it. All right, let's show you the video here.
Fence, Dom. Look at that. Let me move up the band real quick. It starts to go away. It's just on 160. I'm down to 10. Now I'll come up real quick. You'll hear it picking up. Still 20 over. Now watch when I get down to 18, it starts going away a little bit. See?
Okay, what was it? The big reveal. I was going to swing over to the picture on my monitor here. Dun, dun, dun! There it is. That little wall wart type power supply powers a little sound bar underneath his television set in his living room. So that little bastard right there caused all that 20 decibels of interference. Crazy. So I know my JBL soundbar plugs directly into the wall. I don't get any such interference. But yeah, these wall warts, man, some work fine and others just spew out interference. I know my phone charger, when it's up in the bedroom, no interference, but when I bring it down here in the shack, I can see it causing interference on my screen. But yeah, these things can be awful. That's what it was. Now keep in mind, anybody who runs even like an ICOM or a CB, guys are in a CB, you just hook a 12-volt battery up to it, and you can do it that way, kill your mains and track things down. But anyhow, I know a lot of guys have already used this method, but I thought I'd share it with you again. But all right, hope you thought that was kind of interesting. I'm gonna get out of here. KP68, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm free and clear.